The story begins with the love of two high school sweethearts, Carolyn and Cliff, who grew together over the years and learned about life through both trials and triumphs. But it wasn't until 2006, after raising two children, 38 years of marriage, that the couple would face their toughest challenge. Cliff Bernard, a teacher and coach at Hugo Owens Middle School, a beloved husband and a father, was diagnosed with lymphoma. In that same year, Mrs. Bernard was tirelessly working to lay the foundations for the very building you are sitting in today. When the doors to Grassfield opened in the fall of 2007, many students who walked the halls never knew that the woman who so affectionately became known as Mama Grizz and greeted students with a warm smile and kind words each morning was also facing such a challenging personal family struggle. Over the next 2 years, as her husband's health deteriorated, many students, faculty, and community members rallied around the Bernard family to show their support and love. During extended hospital stays and intense searches for a cure, the Bernard family never lost hope. However, despite their efforts, Mr. Bernard's spirit broke free from the restraints of this earth on October 16, 2009. As this tragedy struck Grassfield High School, another community was faced with a similar struggle when Hickory High School's principal, Dr. Woody Kuntz, was diagnosed with cancer. Dr. Kuntz was a beloved member of the Hawk community and was known for his strength and determination. Sadly, he too lost his battle with lymphoma and passed away only weeks after Mr. Bernard in late October 2009. In the middle of all these struggles, the love of a father and a daughter would also be put through a difficult test. Mr. Christopher Jones was also given heartbreaking news when he heard that his 8-year-old daughter Darby also faced her own fight with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Hi, I'm Bus Ramp Jones, and I'm here to tell you why I plan to come out for Laps for Lymphoma. You see, lymphoma is a stupid, crazy cancer. Papas and grannies get it, moms and dads get it, kids can get it. Even dogs and cats can get this kind of cancer. My daughter Darby is a survivor. But Mr. Bernard, a guy I admire, he didn't survive. The money we raise will go for lymphoma research, and that's a good thing, because the treatments we have now don't always work. A lot of times the tumors will disappear and reappear somewhere else. And man, those treatments are tough. They're tough on the patients, they're tough on the caregivers, and they're tough on the friends. So I will donate my money, get my t-shirt, and I urge you guys to do the same.
As a courageous 8-year-old, her story brought a ray of hope and joy to the community that suffered so much when Darby conquered her battle and was declared cancer-free. Today she lives a happy and fulfilling lymphoma-free childhood. As a junior at Grassfield High School, former student Jordan Miller had seen the devastating effects that lymphoma had on his community and came up with an idea to make a difference. Jordan and the rest of SCA knew many people wanted to show their respect and love for these amazing people and to fight lymphoma head-on. Jordan threw out the idea of raising money for the Lymphoma Research Foundation to help research a cure, an event that would allow the entire community to get involved and honor Mr. Bernard, Dr. Kuntz, Darby Jones, and every other lymphoma victim, fighter, and survivor. Little did Jordan know that lymphoma would soon hit much closer to home than he could have imagined. While Jordan's idea for Laps for Lymphoma was still in planning stages, his father, Jeff Miller, was unexpectedly diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. Their family, which included his younger sister, Amber Miller, a current Grassfield student, was told that only a miracle could help their father because the cancer was already devastating his body. The SCA soon realized how many people wanted to be involved to not only support Mrs. Bernard, but now several families in our community, including the Millers. The heart of Grassfield grew bigger and stronger as the word spread quickly about the community that had been touched so deeply by so much tragedy. Local news stations also wanted to lend their support, and reporter LaSalle Blanks from WVEC Channel 13 put the spotlight on Grassfield's cause.
Students at Grassfield High School in Chesapeake are teaching us a lesson about strength, support, and love. They've been touched by lymphoma, a form of cancer, several times, and now they are taking steps to help find a cure.
That's why the Grassfield Grizzlies are positively Hampton Roads. Here's 13 News anchor LaSalle Blanks with a story you'll see only on 13 News.
Look and listen to the school spirit at Grassfield High School in Chesapeake. But this isn't your ordinary pep rally. Students are taking a stand against lymphoma, cancer that has hit this school hard. Beyond the cheers is a whole lot of love. Love for their principal, Mrs. Bernard. She lost her husband to lymphoma.
They are an amazing group of young people, so positive, and I am very touched by their support.
Love for their teacher, Christopher Jones. His 10-year-old girl is a cancer survivor.
What is it like for you when your high school community here claps for you and cheers for you and supports you?
Overwhelming. I love it.
Love for their buddy Jordan. His dad is battling lymphoma right now.
Treatment's really hard, chemo and everything. You know, it's hard to see him, lose his hair quick.
That's a lot for a school community to absorb, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's tough to, think of how you could get through that, but to do this for them, it means a whole lot.
What they're doing is holding Laps for Lymphoma, a walkathon to raise money to find a cure.
It's just a great high school. I mean, everybody is rallied around each other, and they help and support each other.
People need to back up their friends and family who are suffering from it and really make a difference. And I think support is the most important part.
And that's why we think Grassfield High is positively Hampton Roads. They're learning tough life lessons at a young age, but they're also learning how to love, support, and fight for a cure.
You get uplifted by your friends here?
Yes, it helps a lot. They help me a lot.
This is a great school, and if your child's school or group is doing something good like the Grizzlies, let us know about them. Email us at positivelyhr@wvec.com. In Chesapeake, with the Grizzlies, LaSalle Blanks, 13 News.
Finally, after weeks of contacting sponsors, promoting their cause, and gathering donations, the lap stream became a reality in March 2010. In its first year, the event raised over $11,000, making Laps for Lymphoma a bigger success than anyone could have imagined. Lymphoma continued to impact members of our Grassfield family. Just 2 short months after the first annual walkathon, Miss Annette Thompson, 10th grade guidance counselor, learned that her sister Teresa, who lived in California, was also dealing with this illness. Teresa was a research biologist who studied cells to find cures for many different diseases and was known for her charitable actions, which included supplying food to homeless on holidays. Surrounded by a close group of friends and with the love and care of her sister, Teresa passed away in February 2010. By now, it was extremely clear to our community that lymphoma was a battle that never seemed to end and was a disease that did not discriminate. In the spring of 2011, we continued to show our love and spread the message that our cause was worth the fight. In its second year, the SCA-sponsored event raised an additional $9,000 to help find a cure for lymphoma, and also encouraged other service organizations to find ways that they could help make a difference. Instead of just one day of service, the event grew into an entire service week, focusing on finding ways to serve others. Just months before our 3rd annual Laps for Lymphoma event, yet another Grizzly found themselves fighting this disease. Brian Collister, a 2011 graduate, was diagnosed with a rare form of white blood cell lymphoma. The diagnosis came on February 28, 2012, just a week before his 18th birthday. While Brian underwent treatment at both Johns Hopkins and at CHKD, the Grassfield community wanted to work quickly to help their fellow classmate. In the meantime, the planning for the 3rd annual Laps for Lymphoma event was in full swing. Students wanted to honor Brian and fight even harder for a cure. So on March 31, 2012, not even the threat of bad weather could dampen the spirits of the student organizers or the participants. Despite being drenched, 700 students, faculty, and community members participated in the 3rd annual Laps for Lymphoma event, making it the largest ever. The story, however, did not end there. In September 2012, senior Brianna Spruill Harrell received news that she did not want to hear. Her mother's cancer reappeared, this time more aggressively. Originally diagnosed in 2008 with stage 4 lymphoma, Renita Harrell thought she had beaten the odds, only to hear from doctors that now her only hope for a cure was through a bone marrow transplant. In February, Brianna's mom went to seek treatment in Richmond, Virginia. By now, it was clear to the Grassfield community that we could not let this disease defeat us. In its 3 years of existence, the SCA-sponsored event has raised over $30,000 for the Lymphoma Research Foundation. Now, Laps for Lymphoma is a part of our identity as a school. It has fostered the proud tradition of Grizzlies giving back, and it is something we cherish every year. Yes, it's a story of our past, and at times it's a story of loss and sadness. But more than that, it's our story of love and hope. The hope of Chris Jones that his daughter Darby will get to live a long and fulfilling life. The hope of Jordan and Amber that their dad will be there for them well into their own adult lives. It's Brian's hope that he will get to live out a normal college experience, and the hope of Brianna that she will get to enjoy a fun-filled summer with her mom before leaving for college. It's the hope that with determination, hard work, and love, nothing is impossible.
Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten.